Good day. Thank you for joining us for today's news. If you find this helpful, please consider subscribing. We're here every day with calm, clear updates just for you.
In a historic match at Auckland Stadium in Melbourne, the First Nations-Pasifika XV team took on the British and Irish Lions, delivering a performance that left fans in awe. This was the first ever match for the team, which brings together Indigenous and Pasifika players from across the Pacific. Despite falling behind early, the team fought back with incredible determination, scoring 2 tries to draw level at halftime. The Lions eventually won 24-19, but the First Nations-Pasifika, led by Captain Curtly Beale, the team showed the world the strength and spirit of Indigenous and Pasifika rugby players. Beale expressed pride in the performance, calling it a special moment for the players and their communities. Charlie Gamble, the player of the match, praised the team's fight and resilience, saying they never gave up. The match was more than just rugby, it was a celebration of unity, heritage, and the future of the sport. The Lions captain Owen Farrell acknowledged the tough challenge they faced, recognizing the First Nations-Pasifika XV as a formidable opponent. This debut has set the stage for a new era in rugby, one where cultural pride and talent take center stage. The legacy of this game will continue to inspire players and fans alike.
In November 2024, a house fire in Upper Hutt claimed the life of 82-year-old Ian Moller. The blaze, which occurred in the early hours of the morning, left him critically injured and led to his death 4 days later. This tragic event was not an isolated incident, as the same block of flats had been the site of 2 previous ARSA. 4 men aged in their 20S and 30S have been charged with murder and arson, but they all pleaded not guilty during a recent court hearing. Their identities remain confidential. Oller's niece described him as a quiet, kind man who is deeply involved in his community. The case has now been escalated to a homicide investigation, with authorities working to uncover the full story behind the fires. The community is left grappling with the loss and the uncertainty since. As the legal proceedings unfold, the case has brought attention to the urgent need for improved safety measures.
In surprising development, Dunedin City Council members found themselves on the receiving end of a massive email campaign after supporting the Green Party's proposal to sanction Israeli politicians. More than 2,200 emails arrived in a coordinated surge, with each message a counsel from backing the unlawful occupation of Palestine Shanks bill. Councillor Christine Gary, who introduced the motion, described the emails as highly orchestrated and carefully crafted, suggesting the campaign was coming from a group based in the United States. The emails criticized the council's stance on the bill, which aims to sanction Israeli ministers, Knesset members, and military leaders who support the occupation. Besides a backlash, Gary said the emails were a badge of courage and a sign that the council's actions had touched a nerve. The council had previously called for a cut treaty in Gaza and for humanitarian visas for the families of New Zealand's Palestinian persons. The council has not taken any further action, but the incident has highlighted the growing global and local tensions surrounding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the role of local governments in addressing international issues.
A shocking discovery was made on the Southern Motorway in Auckland, where police found a potentially deadly explosive device near a body. The incident led to the closure of the motorway. As authorities worked to secure the area, Senior Detective Mike capable of causing serious harm or death. The man's body was discovered on Tuesday, and while the cause of his death is still under investigation, the explosives were safely removed and destroyed. The area was cordoned off to ensure public safety, and police are urging anyone with importance of vigilance and a swift response by law enforcement in handling such threats.
Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary frontman of Black Sabbath, had a dramatic request during his 1973 debut in New Zealand. A large burning cross on the hillside behind the stage, this theatrical moment, along with his impact on heavy metal, continues to resonate with fans around the world. Osbourne, who passed away at 76, left a lasting legacy in music, despite his wild reputation and struggles with addiction.
In a startling discovery on Auckland's Southern Motorway, police found 2 pipe bombs near the body of a man. The devices were capable of causing death or serious injury and were safely removed by specialists before being destroyed. The man's body was found on a walkway adjacent to the motorway, and the southbound lanes were closed for several hours. Authorities confirmed there is no wider public risk, but the incident has raised concerns about public safety. A post-mortem is currently being conducted, and the investigation to the man see importance of vigilance and the need for swift action in dangerous situations.
A shocking incident has left Queenstown residents in turmoil, with property damage estimated to exceed $750,000. The crime took place between Friday night and Saturday morning on O'Meara Street, Frankton, where an unknown individual or group entered multiple homes and caused extensive damage. Authorities are especially interested in CCTV or dashcam footage from the area. During the incident, the damage is believed to be deliberate. Raising concerns about public safety and property security, police have provided a reference number 250,719-1583. As the community grapples with the aftermath, the focus remains on finding those responsible and ensuring justice is served.
A shocking discovery on Auckland's Southern Motorway led to a major traffic closure on Tuesday. Police found the body of a man near a walkway adjacent to State Highway 1 in Highbrook, and nearby they discovered 2 viable pipe bombs. These devices, which could have caused death or serious injury, were quickly removed. The man's body was found around 11:30 a.m., prompting the immediate closure of the southbound lanes and causing massive traffic delays. Authorities worked swiftly to secure the scene, ensuring public safety while conducting a post-mortem on the man's body. The motorway was reopened just before 3 p.m. Though the destruction, police have not yet revealed the man's identity or the circumstances of his death, but they confirmed there is no longer a risk to the public. This incident highlights the dangers of unsecured explosives and the importance of quick police response in such situations.
New Zealand's red meat exports have seen a record increase of $1.2 billion this year, thanks to strong global demand and higher livestock prices. But behind the success lies a growing concern. The country's livestock numbers are declining, and the processing industries at the Red Meat Sector Conference in Tautauquea Christchurch warned that there are more processed. The drop in sheep and deer numbers has been linked to carbon farming initiatives, while beef numbers have remained stable. Despite these challenges, the government is working to reduce on-farm regulations and boost the sector's competitiveness. However, without addressing the livestock supply issue, the sector risks missing out on billions in export revenue. The conference also highlighted the planned closure of a major meat processing plant, which will impact hundreds of jobs as global demand for high-quality meat continues to grow. New Zealand's ability to meet that demand will depend on how quickly the industry adapts and collaborates.
In the early hours of Tuesday, a routine traffic stop in Tauranga turned into a major police operation. Officers stopped a car on Welcome Bay Road and were immediately struck by the strong smell of cannabis. Coming from the vehicle, a search of the car revealed 2 fiams of meth, bong, and both cannabis and methamphetamine. A 28-year-old man has been charged with multiple offenses, including possession of drugs and unlawful carrying of firearms, and is set to appear in court in August. Inspector Clifford Paxton praised his team for their quick action, calling it an example of the benefits of routine policing. This incident brings attention to the ongoing challenges faced by law enforcement in dealing with drug and firearm-related crimes. It also raises questions about how effective current strategies are in preventing such incidents. As the case moves forward, it will be watched closely.
That's all for today's news. We appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this update, please consider subscribing. Your support helps us keep going.